Hey guys, welcome to Technosiastic, and today we will be discussing about one of the building blocks of programming language, that is variables. So if you don't have any idea about variables, then this video is for you. Even if you have idea about variables, still you should watch this video because I will be explaining you how to write variables in real project. People in many interviews got rejected because of this variable only. So even if it is basic, you should be paying more attention towards basic concepts. Many folks who have appeared in Google interviews got rejected because they were not writing proper variable name. At some point of time, you will be appearing for coding interviews, and if you don't want to get rejected because of this variable, then stick to this video till end. And I'm really excited. Hope you are too. So without any further ado, let's get started. So before we start Java variable, first let us know what is variable. A variable is an entity that vary. In mathematics, we have used a lot of times variable. We write x equal to 7, y equal to 8, x plus y equal to 9. There x is given, find the y. So like this, we will have some equation where we have already used variable. Similar way in Java, variables are container. Variables are container that contain some value. Like if you will go to kitchen, your mom will be labeling the containers with the grocery item name. So here also in Java, we will be labeling all the variable with a variable name. So variable is a container that can contain some value. For example, this variable is having a value of 100. Okay, and to identify this variable, we will be having a name. So number of student. So this is a variable in which we have denoted it by number of student. So this is a variable in Java, and we will soon know how to represent it in programmatical way. But first, let us know how many types of variables are there in Java. So in Java, there are three types of variable. Java variable types. So there are three types of variables in Java. The first one is local variable, and second one is instance variable. Okay. Second one is instance variable, and the third one is static or class variable, we can say. So we have three types of Java variable. One is local variable, another is instance variable, and third one is static or class variable. So we will be focusing on in this video this local variable, and this instance variable and static or class variable. We will be looking into these types of variable once we will be learning the concept of OOPS, that means object oriented programming, where we will learn classes and objects. Once we will cover classes and objects, then we'll cover this instance variable and static variable. For now, as this is third video, and we will go step by step, that is the reason now we will be discussing about local variable. Okay, so let me open my Eclipse. So I have opened my Eclipse, and now I will create one new project. So I'll name this project as Learn Java. You can name it anything. So Learn Java, and I have selected Java SE 17, Java version 17, and I'll click on finish, and I'll click on no. Okay, so now here is our project, and we can click on new, and we can create one new class. Here we can create our class name as learn variable. So we have already discussed this, how to create a project, and then we need to click on public static void main. In our prior videos, we have also discussed how to print something in the console. So to print, we need to write system.out.println. Okay, in this way we will be writing, and then we have to write hello world, this thing that we want to print in the console. So to execute it, either we can right click and click on run as in Java application, and we will see in the console hello world will get printed, and we can execute with this also. you can see now hello world got printed. Okay guys, so today we will be looking into local variables in Java. So how to represent or define a local variable in Java so that we can use it. So to do that we have a syntax. So what is that syntax? So first we need to write data type and then the variable name, and then we will give equal to sign, and then we will give the value. So this way we need to represent a variable in Java. So now let's see what is data type. What is data type? As human, when I will say that 5, 10, 12, 13, what are these? You will say these are numbers. Likewise, if I'll say hello world, what is this? You will say these are words. So in Java also, we have certain way to identify the data. We will discuss more about data type in our next video. For now, I will give a high level overview about data type so that you can be familiar about it and we can learn this variable concept. So there are few data type. For example, the first data type is, I'll write one multi-line comment so that I can represent multiple data types. So first data type is integer. So all the numbers negative, okay, negative and positive, whole number are known as int in Java. That means integer. So we represent integer as int, and then we have string. Okay, second one is string, which is nothing but text or combination of character. Okay, like hello world is one of the string, and then we have float. So when we represent a decimal value 98 or 18.08, so all these decimal values are float. Okay, then fourth is char. So we know a single character, when we represent a single character like A or C. So to represent this in Java, we will be having character as a char. Okay, so all the character we will representing with char. And next is boolean. So we know computer, how computer works. So computer is an electronic machine and it supports 0 and 1. That means 1 is for true and 0 is for false. 1 is for on, 0 is for off. We have already discussed this on first class, and we also know now how to convert a binary into decimal. So this is a boolean variable. So boolean is nothing but if we want to represent true or false value, there is two things, true or false value, that time we will be representing with boolean. So we have other types of data type also in Java. We will discuss in next section. For now, to identify any data type, for that reason we will be first providing the data type, and then we will provide the variable name and the value. So let's see how to write. Let's say I want to create an integer type of variable where we will represent student, student number. Okay, student number. So how many students we have in our school or in our class? We will say 60 student in our class. So here we have declared a variable. So first we have defined the data type. So data type is int because we are taking numbers, whole number, and the variable name. So the name of the variable is student number and the value is 60. So in memory there will be one container will be created, and that name will be allocated, which is student number, and the value will be 60. We can also represent this by writing it in two steps. One is integer student number. Okay, so this is one place where, so in this line we are just declaring. So this is called declaring. This is called declaring a variable in Java. So this is called declaring a variable. We are just declaring this variable. We are not providing any value. And now if I will provide any value to the same number, then we will say we are initializing the variable. So initializing means we are assigning a value to the variable. Okay, so this is clear now guys. First we have written the data type and our variable name. So this is called declaring variable, and again with the same name of the variable I have used and then equal to 90. So here I have initialized the variable with a value. We can also print this. All we have to provide a plus button and this student number. So what will happen? We will see hello world student number will get printed. So you see hello world 90 got printed. To make it more formatable, I can write the value of variable is. Now you will see we will have output as the value of variable is 90. We can define multiple variables also at once. Let's say a, b, c, d. So here we have declared int a, b, c, d. That means this a, b, c, d will have whole numbers. So now I can assign values a equal to 10, b equal to 20, c equal to 100, d equal to 101. So I have declared 4 variables and then I have initialized one by one, and I can print also this variables a. Okay, then I'll provide one space and then I'll print b, then I'll again provide a space and then I'll print c, and then again one space and I'll print d. And let's execute this guys. So you see a got printed, b got printed, c got printed, d got printed, right? All right, so now we know how to declare a variable. We can also declare a variable using a string. So how to do that? So to do that, we will write string. String is what? Whenever we have some text, is called string. String name. Name equal to Technosiastic. Okay, Technosiastic. And if we want to print it, so like we have printed our integer variable, int variable. So name. So we'll see the value of variable is Technosiastic, it will print. So it is printing Technosiastic. One thing guys, if we have declared a variable already, we cannot declare it again. So if I will try to declare the variable again, then we will have error. So you see, I'm giving my name Sumit, and if I will execute this, id is already giving our error that duplicate local variable name. If I will try to execute this, I am seeing unresolved compilation duplicate local variable name. So we need to make sure that we are declaring a variable only once, but we can initialize a variable multiple times. So what we can declare a variable only once. We can initialize a variable multiple times. So how to do that? Let's check it out. Okay, I will remove this program. I'll remove this, and now okay. So now we have declared string name equal to Technosiastic. I want to change the value of name. Okay, so let's first print the name. So here, if we will print, it will print the value of variable is Technosiastic. Now I will change the value in the name. I'll change it to Sumit. Fine, and let me print it out. I'll just copy paste this. So now let's see the output. So what will happen guys? So first our compiler will come here. Okay, 6th line, it will see that okay, we got a command. So our compiler will ignore these lines, single line comments, and then again our compiler will ignore this multi-line comment. Again our compiler is going to ignore this, and all the comments our compiler is going to ignore. Now here we have declared a variable. So in the computer memory, student number, one container will get created with the student number to identify a student number, and that student number we will be assigning a value 19. So here we are initializing the variable. So we have already assigned value in student number. Now next compiler we will go into 25th line, and here it will see, okay, string name is defined. So it will again create a container where Technosiastic will be assigned. The value will be assigned as Technosiastic in the name variable, and here name variable will get printed, which is Technosiastic. And next again we have given same name and equal to Sumit. So now here Sumit will get printed. The value will get modified. Let's execute this. So you see now the value of variable is Technosiastic, the value of variable is Sumit. So here it printed Technosiastic and here it got printed Sumit. So that's why I was saying that we can declare a variable only once in locally, and we can initialize it multiple times. Alright, so now we know how to declare a variable and then how to initialize a variable. Now let's look into one program. Here we have a program swap two number A and B, where value of A equal to 10 and value of B equal to 30. So we have two numbers, A is 10 and B is 30. So in variable A we have to get this 30 number, and in variable B we have to get 10. Okay, so by looking into this we can say that this is int. We need to first declare the variable and initialize. So int A equal to 10, and we need to give a colon. Okay, and then we will write int B equal to 30. Now we have declared integer A equal and initialized the value with 10, and we have declared integer B and we have initialized the value with 30. So to swap it, we will have one more variable called C, and we will assign in C, we will assign the value of B. Okay, so what will happen? The value of C will be 30. The value of C will be 30. So to print out, we will write system.out.println, and let's see, the value of C is how much? C. Let's print this. For now we'll comment this, guys. Let's print the value of C. So as you can see, the value of C will have the value of B, because we are saying C equal to B and B is having 30. So the output will be 30. So we can now modify the value of B, because we have one backup, right, for B. So now for B we will assign the value of A. So now what will be the value of B? So the value of B will be 10. Let's print it out. Okay, so here to print value of B will be having this. Okay, so let's print it out. So value of B is what? So in B we are assigning the value of A, which is 10. So now the value of B will be 10. Let's execute it. So the value of C is 30 and the value of B is 10. Now we have to write one more line and our program will get complete. So in place of A, we will assign the value of C, which we have stored already. Okay, so now if we will print A, what will be the output? You can see the value of C is 30 and the value of B is 10 and the value of A is 30. We can write one more line to print it more meaningful. So we have to write system.out.println, and we'll say the value of A is A, and then we'll give plus symbol and double quote and we'll give a space, and the value of B. So now if we will execute this, So you can see our value got swapped. So previously the value of A was 10, all right, and the value of B was 30. So now the value of A is 30 and the value of B is 10. Okay, so now we know how to swap two numbers. There is one more thing that I would like to discuss, that when we write a variable, all right, when we write a variable like integer A equal to 10, and when we write it as integer capital A equal to 10, both are different. When I write string name equal to Technosiastic and string name equal to Technosiastic, and then string name equal to Technosiastic, okay, or string Technosiastic, okay. So you see here it is very case sensitive. That means this variable, this variable, this variable, and this variable is different. That's why we able to declare it multiple times, because we know in Java we can declare a variable only once. Now here name and this name and this name and this name, all variables are different in Java. We can print also. So to print this, I will change name equal to Sumit, right? So you see, I'll print this, the name. So I'll give this variable name and a space and the name, and I'll add and I'll give name. So let's see, this two variable will have two values. So you can see here the name is printing Technosiastic and the name is having Sumit, because here we can see name is allocated Technosiastic. Here also we declare Technosiastic, but later I have changed this. So in Java, variables are case sensitive. Variables are case sensitive. So that's why integer A equal to 10 and A equal to 10 or 12 is different. Both are different. So now we know how to declare a variable, initialize a variable. A variable is case sensitive also. Now let's learn about some conventions of writing a variable. Okay. So I'll remove this convention to write a variable. So a variable, so any variable, if we are declaring a to z or small a to z and dollar underscore 0 to 9, we can use these all characters to define a variable. For example, string name underscore student equal to, so this is a valid variable. We can also write string student underscore name 01 equal to radha Radha. This is also valid variable. Also we can write Kishan. So this is also a valid variable. Okay, so we have declared our variable and initialized also. Let's print out. Print, we will write system.out.println and we'll get this variable name, and then we'll have one space, and then we'll provide the second variable and the third variable name. All right. So we have three variable name. Let's print out, and you can see Amit, Radha, Kishan got printed. So we can define a variable in a small case, uppercase, dollar underscore 0 to 9. But if we will define a variable apart from this characters, for example, we will define student underscore star name equal to ohm. Then you can see ID is giving error. And if I will copy this and will try to print, we will get error. And you see error exists in project and proceed. So syntax error star is not supported, cannot be resolved, right? So to we have to make sure, so we have to use only these characters to declare a variable. Even I can try with percentile and it is not supported. You see, percentile. Let's remove this underscore. I'll keep percentile. So this is not supported. Okay. Even space is not supported. If we will give space, this is not supported in Java.
So again we will get error. So we'll proceed. So space is not supported. So now we know a variable name cannot have spaces and spatial characters. For example, this one and this one with percentile, and we can write more. I'll copy this, and also we can have hash. So these all spatial characters are not supported, only these characters are supported. Now third, a variable name cannot start with number. So here, let me comment this because these are not valid. Our program will throw error. So I have commented this. A variable name cannot start with number. Let's look into few examples. So first, we need to define the data type, which is string, and we will define 01 student name equal to Sumit. And we can see ID is already giving us error. If I will print this, okay. So if I will print this, so I have added this. These are all valid variables we have defined here, and we have added student name. So now if we want to print this, we will see in the compiler we have this error. What is this error? Unresolved compilation problem, string cannot be resolved to a variable, syntax error, student name. These are three conventions. One more convention is that a variable name cannot be keywords. So what are keywords in Java? See, there are almost 50 to 52 keywords we have in Java. For example, this string is one of the keyword. So in your screen, you can see there are almost 52 keywords in Java. So these are not supported. If we will use any of this keyword as a variable, this will throw error. For example, one I will show string int equal to hello world. So you can see this is already showing error. If I will want to print this int, so you can see here also we are getting error. So these are not valid. So I'll comment this first and we'll execute it. Let's see which error we are getting. So here we are getting syntax error on token int. So we cannot use int because it is predefined keyword in Java. And you can see all these keywords. So if we will use these keywords as a variable, then our compiler will throw error. So these are few conventions for variable that we should be taking care. And few thing that also important is how to write standard variable. So as I was mentioning, in many interviews, people are getting rejected because they are writing variable. They are writing a variable in a way that is more confusing. For example, if I will write integer a equal to 100, and then I'll write integer b equal to 20. Okay, and you can see a equal to 100 and b equal to 20. This is not giving any meaning here. We are not getting any meaning. What is a? It is fine, we have a equal to 100, but what is a? If I will write integer total student number equal to 100, integer present student number equal to 20. So now see the difference. Here we have written a equal to 100 and b equal to 20. And again, I have defined the same variable as int total student numbers, int present student numbers. So this is more meaningful. Our variable is representing our program, that what I'm trying to write. So this is very important. Please try to, so whenever you are writing program, please try not to use a and b. Instead of that, always try to use some meaningful names. If it is mathematics equation, then taking a and b is fine. But if you can write some meaningful variable name, so always try to use a meaningful variable name. So in coding interviews also, you will be writing meaningful variable names. Okay, so this is about always try to write a meaningful variable name. Okay, second rule for writing standard variable is always start your variable name with small case. You can see I have started variable name as small case, here also small case. So this is one of the standard form of writing Java variable. In predefined variables or predefined code, you will find always Java variables are written in this form, because this is standard. But yeah, if you will write in capital letter, that is also supported, but recommended is always start with small letter. So this is second rule for writing a standard variable. Always start variable name with small letter. And again, example is already given, so I'll just copy this and paste this. And third, and there is a third rule to write a standard variable. There is a third rule: always use camel casing if we have two different words. So you can see camel casing means we have humps in camels, right? Up and down. So here also see we are forming a hump. Total is one word, student is one word, numbers is one word. So total is small, and again when I am writing second word as capital, so student is one word, and again when I have started a new word number, so again n is capital. Here also, so again present is small, p is small, and s is capital, number is capital. And I can write more example also. String student name is, so you can see s is small, n is capital. So this is called camel casing, and we have to write a variable name using camel casing. So these are three standard form of writing a variable that you should keep in mind if you are a Java developer. So Java developer will always follow these three convention. Along with this, these are few convention which we have seen, that valid and invalid variable. Okay. So far, let's revise once more what we have covered today. So today we have discussed local variable. So how to define a local variable? We will be providing data type, variable name, and value. We also discuss a few data type. Again, I will be discussing this all data type in detail in next video. I have given only high level overview. Our main goal was to understand variable, and this data type we will discuss more in next video. And then declaring a variable. So we declare a variable once, like we declare a variable once, but we can initialize a variable multiple times. Okay, and there are few convention to write a variable. That variable name will always start with capital A to Z or small a to Z, dollar underscore 0 and 9. And we cannot have spaces in variable and special character. These are the few examples. And a variable name cannot start with number. These are few examples. A variable name cannot be a keyword. So this is one of the example. And again, how to write a standard variable. So this is not a way to write a standard variable. If this is not a mathematic equation, then we will not write a variable like this. So we now know how to write a standard variable. So a variable should be very a meaningful variable name, and also a variable name will be starting with small letter, and we will follow always camel casing. So that's all about variable, guys. I will recommend you practice all the programs and all the variables that I have written in this video. Also try to write some valid variable, try to write some invalid variables, and always try to write some standard form of variables. You can google also what is camel casing. So these things you need to practice so that you will be well equipped with variable, and always try to give meaningful name to variables. So make it habit of writing a variable name more meaningful, so that your code will be very easy to read and follow. Okay, that's all. Thank you for watching this video till end. You are really very passionate. I can see that you will definitely succeed in learning Java, and soon you will be developing softwares. And please subscribe this channel if you have not subscribed yet, and press the bell icon, so whenever I will upload any video, you will get notification. And thank you.